Life Unrehearsed, brought to you by Caregiver Crosswalk, Dementia Care Consulting. Never roam alone.
And welcome back to Life Unrehearsed. I'm Matt Del Vecchio, specializing in life transitions, downsizing in the senior living industry.
And I'm Corey Sirota, clinical social worker and psychotherapist, specializing in grief and loss. We're talking about Thanksgiving today because it's Thanksgiving weekend, but it's the topic of gratitude is something that is so important at any given time. I want to begin with something that I know you did, Matt, that I think is very important that we share with our community. So can you talk about this incredible initiative that you just took on?
Thanks, Corey. Still in the process. It's actually called iPads for seniors residences. As you know, I'm very much involved in the seniors residences and CHSLDs. And what we've seen with some very strict visitation restrictions, even in orange, now that we're in red, it's even more. It's hard on families and the loved ones living in these residences. They're not able to see them as often and sometimes not at all. And so what we've seen is a surge in video conferencing, but it's been a challenge. They just don't have the equipment sometimes. Sometimes staffing is difficult to do. So it's very clear that if we can maintain communication, even if it's virtual, loneliness and isolation is huge, and we want to try to create this. So iPads for seniors residences. I started a GoFundMe campaign. Our goal is $5,000, which is going to buy about 10 iPads. We're only started a couple days ago. We're already at $1,000 mark, and a couple of people have actually donated iPads. So it's really fun. The community has come on board. And sure, if you want to be able to give to the cause, you simply have to either go to my Facebook page under Matt Del Vecchio or Liana Senior Transition Support, or just go to Google GoFundMe and you could type in iPads for Seniors Residences with my name, Matt Del Vecchio. It'll pop up and it'll all be there. So very gratitude for all the healthcare workers that are in these residences and doing the best they can under very tough conditions.
So it's so wonderful that you're doing this. And this is a showing gratitude to the healthcare workers. And it's also a way of giving back because of the work you do. And this is really what we wanted to highlight today. By the way, anyone who wants to weigh in on this, please text us at 514-800 to share your thoughts with us. Now, I want to put it more broadly and global. So I'm going to say or ask if those of us know, do you know that practicing daily gratitudes can actually boost your immune system?
Now, you've done a presentation and a couple of presentations
Yes,
on this very topic. And when we were talking before, I was amazed. And it kind of makes sense. So, Corey, I'm going to rattle off a couple of lists of some of the benefits of gratitude, starting with physical health, improving physical health.
Absolutely. People that express and demonstrate gratitude it's been proven they have less aches and pains. They report feeling healthier than other people. Grateful people are more likely to take care of their health. They exercise more often and are more likely to attend regular checkups, which means, of course, that will contribute to longevity.
Absolutely. And probably even more importantly, it's going to improve psychological health, won't it?
100%. It reduces a multiple amount of toxic emotions from envy to resentment to frustration to regret. There's lots of studies out there, gratitude researchers that will make the link between gratitude and well-being. There's complete evidence that showing gratitude increases happiness, but more importantly, or equally important, it reduces depression.
It's you're listening to Life Unrehearsed with Matt and Corey here. We're talking about on this Thanksgiving Day weekend the importance of gratitude. What are you doing to show gratitude as well? And we're asking for you to send us a text at 514-800. What are you grateful for, and how are you showing gratitude? We're going to continue quickly with a couple more on this wonderful list that in your presentations that you do, Corey. I think a lot of people enjoy sleeping a little better, wouldn't they?
So this is something that I have done with clients as well as in groups around perspective and positivity. Gratitude has actually been proven to help people sleep better. When you do things like engage in gratitude journals, you are able to get some of the toxic thoughts out of your head and put some more positive thoughts in your head. So here's the challenge for everybody out there. Get your own journal. It's private and personal to you, and write down 3 to 5 things that you are grateful for every day. Now, you can do this at any point in the day, but I do suggest you do it at night. And what you're doing is you're actually training your brain to look for positives. And when you take out, so it's not going to get rid of. I'm not Pollyanna here. It's giving yourself a balanced thought, and thinking more positively helps increase your ability to sleep better. It just takes away a lot of the negative thoughts. So it's a great thing. It takes about 3 weeks to change a habit. So do it for 3 weeks and then let me know how it works.
Who couldn't use a little bit better sleep, Corey? We're going to get to a few more of those points, but we have to. The texts are coming in left and right. We're going to rattle off a few of them. It is obvious we're getting many, many texts talking about family and friends and health. Cynthia adds family, friends, and health, and Zoom. My kids and grandkids are all in the USA, so Zoom. We've had a couple texts that come in saying grateful for technology. And that's so true. We're doing more and more video conferencing like FaceTime, and some have even told us that they're seeing their loved ones or out-of-town families more than they ever have through Zoom. It's quite amazing. A far cry from the olden days, Corey. Remember when there was a long-distance call?
That's
and
right. And you talked really loud. You screamed.
Loud, and hurry up, it's a long-distance call. It's going to cost a lot of money. So things have certainly changed. Ruth, for family and friends, for all the medical staff that are there for us, and the fact that I live in Canada comes from Ruth. You've got a couple there, Corey?
My colleague and friend in Greece said that she was grateful for health and wellness of all friends, family, and acquaintances, and for faith and hope during these undeniably trying times.
And we've got one from Just Drew. I'm grateful that I could finally talk to a doctor over the phone and get test requests and prescriptions refilled without waiting at a clinic. Who would have thought we'd even be saying that just a few months ago? And Suzanne, she's the executive director at West Island Mission. Actually, she texted in, Suzanne, for all the volunteers and staff that give their all, ensuring we can continue to feed our vulnerable families in the community. # forever grateful. So thank you, Suzanne, for that.
Debbie, who's grateful that she survived cancer through a pandemic.
Absolutely. It's funny. My mom just had told me earlier on today. I asked her what she's grateful, and that was what I'm grateful for my health. She's a cancer survivor, and she called me today on the way to the golf course in Oakville, Ontario, with my stepdad at 78 years old. And good for you guys. And health, obviously, probably number one on that list. We've got a couple more. Tina and Lisa all coming in for grateful for life and family. And we've got one from Faye, to all the health professionals for their hard work and dedication during COVID-19. Yeah, that for sure needs to be on the list. And one more for you, Corey, when we're talking about gratitude. You talk about increasing and improving self-esteem and mental strength.
Absolutely. This is something that we know that holding and keeping and stressing gratitudes really plays a major role in actually overcoming trauma. This has been studies that they have known for years around war veterans and 9/11. Studies were done where individuals who felt and were able to find things to be grateful for, even in the worst of times, absolutely were known to foster resilience. And I think Jonathan Weiner spoke about his wife who had cancer, a survivor at least twice, and wrote a book on resilience. What better time than now to speak about the fact that, look, during a pandemic, we need to find the things to be grateful for, because that's what's going to get us through, folks.
Absolutely. Wonderful words of advice. We're seeing more and more family and friends. Thank you for texting. It's coming in left and right. 514-800. We want to hear from you. We also want to hear some of the non-standard texts, like this one that just came up. My bunions are grateful that I don't have to wear heels now that I'm working from home.
See?
So there's a shout out to bunions. Yeah. All right, so let's hear some creative text at 514-800.
Life Unrehearsed, brought to you by Leanna Senior Transition Support, specialists in downsizing and seniors residences.
Welcome back. You're listening to Life Unrehearsed. I'm Corey Sirota, along with my co-host Matt Del Vecchio, and we are talking about things that we're grateful for on Thanksgiving weekend. I wanted to also mention that a little bit more research out there that gratitude opens the door to improved relationships. And I'm not kidding. Not only just saying thank you, we all know that's good manners, but really showing appreciation actually helps you increase your friendships and continue ongoing friendships. So please know that whether you thank a stranger for holding a door open or send a thank you note to a colleague, a friend who helped you with a project, please know acknowledging other people's contributions to your life and to things that they do can lead to new opportunities. So continue to do that. I also wanted to mention that gratitude enhances empathy and reduces aggression. So the more pro-social you are, the more kind you are. I don't like to say kill people with kindness. I like to say shower people with kindness. It really does, again, speak to your level of happiness.
No, it's so true, Corey, what you're saying. And in fact, especially now, we're all cooped up, red zone, it's daunting, and we tend to lose patience a little more. And just like you're saying here, it actually reduces aggression by having a little more gratitude. So that's great. The texts are flying in. We love the tons of family and friends and health texts are coming in, and some of the creative ones coming in there. We got a nice one about thankful for my wife who got up at 5 a.m. to make a turkey and all the fixings for the two of us. However, there's going to be leftovers for my 4 boys tomorrow. That was great. And Corey, I have to read this one. I'm so grateful to be back from Israel and be with my family for Thanksgiving. I'm grateful to get through 2 weeks of quarantine and be safe. And I'm grateful for such a loving mama. Corey, that came in from your daughter, Justine. Justine, welcome back. Glad you're out of quarantine and glad you are so grateful.
Thanks, babe. I'm grateful for you too. And that was very sweet. Well, another one. You have to be good people. Yeah, I'm always grateful for what I have. I thank God for my health and being able to do the work I do. So this is a beautiful sentiment. I'm also grateful for CJAD for being my #1 source of information and interesting stories during the whole COVID thing.
Hey, how about that one? All right.
That's just true.
You're listening to Life on Rehearse with Matt and Corey talking about why you are grateful and what you are doing in terms of giving some gratitude. And a couple more are coming in, actually a lot more. We'll try to get to all of them. On the creative side, one of them was, I'm grateful for masks that hide my lady mustache.
Or how about this one? I'm grateful for my teeth and a good dental plan.
There you go. I have a personal one here. I am grateful, and I am genuine when I say this. I'm actually heading out to a Thanksgiving Day golf round with my dad, who turned 78 years old on Friday, and very grateful for that. Not too many sons that can say that. And you want to know the best of that, Corey? He's paying the bill on this one. Oh, yeah. I could have a bad round and it's still going to be good.
You know what I'm grateful for? I'm grateful for your lifts every Sunday prior to this pandemic. That was so sweet of you. I really appreciate that.
We missed our lifts. We have to go in together because of COVID. I want to make sure before we run out of time here, Corey, I know there are many, many families and bereaved children that are grateful for you and what you have done with the Myra's Foundation's bereavement camp. It is wonderful, and God bless you and the whole team. It's amazing. We're going to hear more about that. I think you're already confirmed for August. You said?
Yeah, August 13th to 15th. Mark your calendars, everyone. Okay, as we are slowly wrapping up, I found something that someone else had sent me about things to be grateful for, so I wanted to share a few with you. Be grateful for early wake-ups. It means you have children to love. Be grateful for having the house clean because it gives you a safe place to live. Be grateful for doing laundry because it gives you clothes to wear. Be grateful for getting endless questions about homework from your children because it means that your kids' brains are growing.
Yeah, it goes on. Be grateful to have dishes to wash. That means you have food to eat. And be grateful for some crumbs under the table, which means you've had some family meals. And here's one other one. Be grateful for grocery shopping, which means you have the dollars to provide for family. So many of those perspectives in this age that, Corey, we never would have thought we'd be here on Thanksgiving 2020. And what I find interesting about being grateful, it seems like people are coming down to basics.
Yep.
It's
Absolutely.
it's no longer the materialistic things anymore. It truly is about the family and friends and the more important, and it's the little things in life. And you want to read this last one here?
And so what a beautiful way to end this segment. I am grateful to both of you for reminding us what Thanksgiving, thanks being in capital letters, is all about. Thank you to that texter so much.
Quick little last one. Thank you to Sharon Bronstein. She got in a little text here saying, thank you to Matt and Corey for all that you do. Sharon was a guest on our show, and Sharon, best bronzer in the world, by the way, so my wife says.
Yes.
Good for you.
I know I do, as I concur.
All right. What do we have next week, Corey?
Well, next week, we're going to hear from Matt. Stuck here for the winter? No worries. Matt Del Vecchio is going to share some creative ways to spend the winter in Montreal.
Yeah, believe it or not, it's literally hundreds of thousands of people that go down south, and many of them are going to tough it out this winter in Montreal. So I get asked quite a bit, okay, any suggestions or ideas? So we'll tackle that. And we are going to have this amazing 99-year-old Mr. Marvin Gord. He is walking 1 million steps for charity. He's already done 750,000 steps, 250,000 to go. He's trying to do it before his 100th birthday, which is on New Year's Eve this year. Can't wait to hear from Marvin Gord. And we want to thank you for listening. And, of course, thank you to David Simon, our technical producer. And you can listen to Life on Rehearse next week, Sunday, 4 p.m., like you can every Sunday on CJD 800.